You may have posted a video of yourself like playing guitar on TikTok, Instagram, and then some nerd comments, "Oh, you're out of tune." Um, but you tuned like 14 times before, playing, so you know you're in tune. Well, I'm gonna show you why it sounds like you're out of tune. So when I was in college, we had these like 3 hour lunches on a Wednesday. It was weird. But on like the last hour, I just waited outside the practice rooms, and there was other bands in playing, and I was like, I think I was about 6 months into guitar, so I was pretty new. So I was just like listening outside, listening to the band playing, and they were playing an Iron Maiden song I knew, and I think I knew how to play it at the time as well. And I was just kind of listening, but I've noticed like the guitarist was probably better at me in the time, but I still noticed it had that weird beginner sound, and I was just sitting like trying to listen, and be like, what is that? Like, because he was playing the right notes, he was playing in time, and I knew like the amps there were good, like the tone sounded fine. It wasn't anything to do with that. And then after like another like 20 minutes of just sitting there listening, I realized what it was, and it was just so he was obviously in tune, but his he was fretting out of tune. So when I realized that, I went home and noticed that I was doing it too, and that's why I sounded shit. So like basically, you fret a note. So that sounds out of tune to me right now actually. But so some people, especially when they begin, they're like bend it slightly, like you know what I mean. Without even realizing it, so like you might just like be pushing upwards, like, and then you're bending it out of tune, or you might just be squeezing it too hard. So like that's the note, and then if you squeeze it hard, so and if you can bend those even more. So if you have that kind of sound and you sound kind of out of tune, that's something you should work on. So just keeping your finger still, keeping like the string still rather than moving it. Like you might like kind of tilt your fingers out around rather and it's the same with bends, especially if you're new, you need to kind of get good at bending like into tune, because I mean, at the start I didn't even realize that bending was like going into another notes. I mean, it sounds simple when you're like when you know that, but when you don't know that, you're like it feels like the same note. But basically, like if you bend, you're going like here to like here, or here to there. Like you're changing it like. So if you don't know how the note will sound, you might bend it like, and it'll be like flat, or you might go. That'll just even, yeah. So you should also kind of practice that way to do even still now, because it's good to be in tune. Is like, say you want to bend this note to here, so like you go start on the note you're going to bend to like that, and then go so. Kind of like that, like try and get the note from bending, so like bend up to it, or like you can actually make a cool like riff of that, or like so that's a half step, or you can do a whole step. And you might already bend with like vibrato, but when you're doing this, don't do vibrato for now, and then work on that, because vibrato is literally bending out of tune quickly, in and out. So if you're doing that while being out of tune, it makes it even more of a mess. Like yeah, make something like that or something instead of like. So it's kind of, if you're not getting the notes in tune, then bending them out of tune into the out of tune again, it just doesn't sound right. Or it could just be, you know, like your guitar setup. So if you come down to the 12th fret and just go like, and then go. If those don't sound like the same note, like pretend I'm playing the 12th fret and it sounds like if your 12th fret sounds like that, and then your open fret sounds like that, then it's not intonated right. And I mean that's not your fault. That's just your guitar set up badly. So once I noticed one of my guitars were like that, and I was like playing up here, it sounded fine in the room parts, and then I'd play down here, and it'd be like, it's like. Also, I'm making like a little course type thing right now, just to help beginner kind of guitarists who've just started go from like beginner to like doing live shows in like quick time, kind of what I was doing, because you know you can start and then go straight into like playing live shows just after learning a bunch of things. And yeah, I'm gonna try show you how to do it. So it's like half price now if you pre-order it.